Hello my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am back with another unboxing slash product review. To be honest, it's not really an unboxing because I've had these shoes for a year, but I thought this was a really good time to do a bit of a discussion on them in case there is anyone that's looking at getting them and would like a really honest review. I'm going to be so brutally honest in this. I'm going to show you any marks on the shoes that I have, what the wear has been like over the past year, and just generally give like a total overview of the shoes and whether I think they are worth it or not. I'm also going to be trying to share some dupes at a lesser price point towards the end of the video if that is something that you're looking for as well. If you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Leslie. Thank you so much for choosing to click on this video today, but let's just get right into our shoe discussion. So today what we are discussing is the Miu Miu Maryjane patent leather shoes. So as I mentioned, I've had these for about a year now and I have worn them multiple times and I haven't been particularly cautious with them. So what I mean by that is I haven't like just worn them indoors or just to literally like taxi. I have walked about them in London, and I think I worked in the south of France at one point, and I've walked like a reasonable length in them, so that is something that I'll definitely be going through as we discuss the shoes. So first of all, here they are. So they are, I mean, absolutely beautiful. I feel like when you just see them, they are gorgeous. And I'm going to talk through some of the features of the shoes that make them that just be a bit different from some of the dupes and other styles that are out there. So first of all, we have this very classic Chanel-esque look, which is the two-tone. So the little black patent toe with the white patent being the rest of the shoe. So it really, for me, gives that Chanel-esque feel. But I think this shoe overall is a little bit more fun, a bit more contemporary than some of the other styles. One thing that I think gives it that feel is the block heel, because it's quite like, I don't know if a trapezium is the right word, where it's going really like wide at the bottom, which I'm not gonna lie, I am not 100% on the design of the heel. I feel like I would prefer if it didn't come out as wide. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well, but can you see how it's narrow and then it goes out quite wide? That is probably one negative I don't absolutely love, is I feel like in some pictures, I'm going to include one from my Instagram, when I saw this I thought it just looked really chunky and just not that elegant. Moving on to the little detailing part here, I think this is one of the things that makes these shoes really special, is this little pearl that we have here and then this chain detailing going across. I think the chain does add something to it, although I generally love or prefer gold hardware. I feel like it does fit this shoe. I feel like gold would look probably quite cheap. But that does make it a little bit challenging for me, as I do prefer to wear gold, and in some outfits I feel like even though it's far away, I feel like you've got this silver, and then if you're wearing gold elsewhere, particularly like a strong, like more yellow gold, it can kind of look a little clashy, but that's maybe a personal thing from my side. Obviously it is the patent leather, so it's got a lovely high shine to it. It looks really good, I feel. I hope it will come across in camera, but they are very shiny shoes. I've given them a little clean today just to see if there was marks that would come off. So they should hopefully look nice and shiny. So that is your overall look of the shoe. I'm now going to go into their durability, their wearability, and what I found in terms of wear and tear, because there definitely are some marks on them that haven't come out. So first of all, the inside of the shoe, I feel like we can't be too precious about the sole of a shoe. I think with designer shoes, it is a different ballgame to a designer bag. I mean, no matter what shoes you're wearing, if you're going outside, they're walking on the same ground. Like, you can't pick and choose what, well, you could choose which streets you go to, but really that's so impractical. Like, they are going to be on the ground if you're going to wear them out walking, etc. So that's something to be mindful of. I don't think shoes are going to be able to maintain the same level if you're someone that loves to keep your designer bags like exceptionally well kept and maintaining their original look and feel. I think shoes is just a different ballgame. You can try, like if you only wore them inside, or if you only wore them to say dinner parties or restaurants where you literally were going taxi, restaurant, taxi, yeah. But if you want to actually wear them, and I feel like the heel is low enough and a block heel that you can actually do some reasonable walking in them. But that being said, you then I just have to accept that they are going to wear a little bit. So on the front of this, I do have a scratch. I don't know if it's going to come up on camera, but I'll hold this as close as I can and just move it to see. There's quite a long scratch. It goes here. Oh, there it is. There you can see. So I have rubbed it. It's not come out. I could try maybe a couple of other things to see, but that is one kind of noticeable scratch, like from looking at them up close. Another, I think it's on this one, there is a scratch that is taken off some of the patent. So this is something that could potentially happen, you know, over the shoe. So this little bit here is not like something that I can wipe off. It's actually taken the paint or the patent leather off. So, and actually, to be honest, there's a couple more round this side of the heel. They're really small. They're not going to be noticeable when you're wearing them, but I just want to give a really genuine review that this is likely to happen. If you walk, you happen to scuff against something, even the other shoe. I've kind of been looking at to see if there's anything that's like would be of that description, as if they've scuffed against each other. It's you know, you just don't know when you're walking the street if someone happens to like stumble into you and you end up like hitting like something like off the curb, off the street. These things unfortunately are going to happen. Apart from that, I feel like the wear has been really good, considering I've worn these over the past year, like reasonable walks to like a restaurant, say 10-15 minutes, and worn them as a sort of walking about the city, like a city day shoe. So I feel that really is a pretty good wear. I've just spotted actually this side does have a scratch, as they both on the black bit, although now that I've rubbed it, this one with my hand, it has actually come off. This one doesn't seem to be. So this is the thing, I definitely think getting them cleaned, giving them a polish can refresh them. I'm going to show you the soles. So this is what the soles look like. Just, I know it's ugly, but this is just to give you an idea, because this feels like it's leather, a leather sole, and that is what we've got there. Obviously you could get them resoled. And I showed you the inside, but I'll just show you around the heels as well, because they have gotten a little marked. And then I'm going to get onto the comfort, because this is where, yeah, okay. So just around the heel, you'll actually see I have a little strip here, a little protector. We're going to get into that. Okay, comfort. Are these shoes comfortable? And I am going to say, as a kind of walking shoe for a reasonable length of time, no, they're not. As a heel for a quick, just popping in and out of a taxi / maybe going to dinner party and you know you're going to be sat for the majority of the evening, comfortable, yes. These shoes give me so many blisters in so many areas. I'm just putting it out there. If I wear them for a reasonable length of time, a considerable amount of time where there is walking involved, and to the point where the weird place that I've been getting a blister with them is actually along the side here. So this is obviously a little narrow, it's quite stiff, and that is just cutting right into the side of my foot. And I remember being in Harrods with them on, and my foot had started to bleed with them being rubbing, and I must have looked so weird. But the only thing I had in my bag to try and reduce the friction was a card, like someone's business card that they'd given me. So I like stuck that in my shoe, and these two sales assistants in Harrods saw me put it in, and they must have been like, what is she doing? Like, what a weirdo. Yeah, so I fairly quickly from walking, I would say, get a blister right here. They also hurt across here for me. And I actually did have a friend say that he didn't find that Prada or Miu Miu made any comfortable shoe, and I will agree with that. I have little Prada pumps, like with a little heel, like a ballet pump but with a little heel, and they are so uncomfortable. They are stunning to look at. I love them, but they are hideously uncomfortable, and I can only wear them if I know I'm not really walking at all. I would say these are better than that, but they are not foolproof. I do find that they rub, they're quite tight, and with patent shoes you can't really do much to like stretch the leather a little bit. Like that isn't something that's really feasible. I have asked cobblers before and they said there's such a higher risk of the leather like basically tearing, whereas other leather shoes, they do tend to soften as you wear them. Patent leather, from my experience, has been slightly different and just doesn't really soften down. They hold more of a rigid shape, which is good. They're holding their shape, but comfort wise, if we're talking about compared to like a flat boot, like a completely flat boot or a trainer, like they're down like a 2 out of 10. If we're talking compared to other heels, strong, like a 7 or 8, I would say. They are, as heels go, they are comfortable, but if you want to walk, for example, like go out for afternoon tea and then go for a wee drink and then do some shopping, you're going to be struggling and you need some blister patches with you. In fact, another time when I was wearing them in London, my dad was getting a shirt from Emma Willis. Emma Willis? Yeah, it's a shop, a kind of Mayfair way. And I actually asked the sales assistant in there, do you have any plasters? Because these shoes are killing me. And she literally gave me so many and I just covered my foot in them. Like that's what I'm talking about. They're just not brilliant. So I now thought I would discuss a little bit about the price, because I checked the latest price that these are at and they are £850, and that is, it really is a lot for a pair of shoes which are not that comfortable, but also there are so many styles like this on the market at various price points, so you absolutely would not need to spend that in order to get this look. Do I think they are worth it? It's hard to say because I love them. I think they're gorgeous and I have worn them. Do I regret them? I don't regret them, so no, I do think they are worth it, because I love wearing them. They aren't perfect and that price point is really quite steep. I don't know, I think that's gone up since I bought them. So I think it's one of these things, take all of that into consideration. Comfort, wearability, durability. For me, I'm happy that I have them and I don't regret getting them. So what I thought I would do is show you some other shoes that I have that are very similar style-wise to these. So kind of at more of a mid price point, still pricey. My god, these, I've got dust on them. These ones are sat out on my shelf. Oh gosh. Anyway, I did get these secondhand. I got them on Depop. They are Tory Burch, but Tory Burch I've seen do lots of different styles like this. I'm not exactly sure of the price that they would come in at new, but it's not going to be 850. I'm going to say around like 400, which is obviously still very expensive, but it's, you know, it's half the Miu Miu. These ones, they're obviously not the exact same, but they do have a very similar style in terms of the black toe, and then this is more of a cream like body of the shoe. Sorry if you can see, I haven't worn them in a while and they're sat out on my shelf, which I know is bad. And I'm going to show you another pair, much cheaper. So this is a very obvious Chanel dupe from River Island. I think I paid around about 40 for these. So, you know, they again have a similar style. They're not white or cream, they're more of a beige, but I think they did come in white. I will try and put as many links in the description box as possible of styles similar to the Maryjanes. Obviously these ones and the ones before aren't Maryjanes. They don't have the little strap going across. But they have the look. They have this Chanel-esque, very feminine look. I would also say I did Google and found like a very close dupe to these, and I think the site was called Charles, let me double check, it's called Charles something. So Charles and Keith is the website. I'll include a picture here and I'll put the link in the description box. It does look as if they've currently sold out, but maybe they'll get a restock. They are the most similar ones I've seen that look still like a reasonable company to buy from. Also, my Teresa has these listed at £7.50 at the minute. There's £100 of a difference in price compared to the Miu Miu website, so I'm not sure why. There's only limited sizes, but again, I'll link that just in case you are wanting to see if you could get these ones. So I feel like I've gone through what I wanted to discuss with the shoes. If you have any questions about them, please just comment below or send me a message on Instagram or TikTok. Let me know what you thought of this review, if there's more information I could have added, if there's something else you would have liked to have me discuss about them. I will try and include some pictures of me wearing them so you can see how they are styled and how I've worn them. But overall, I do love them as a shoe. I just wish whatever it is that Prada and Miu Miu do, they could make the shoes more comfortable, because honestly, I have 2 pairs now and they're both uncomfortable. But maybe it's my issue. I do struggle to find shoes that you can, maybe I'm being unrealistic to walk around in a shoe like this for a considerable length of time. But then I just feel like, I know it's a TV show, but Sex and the City, why? She's in heels all the time. And same with like Gossip Girl, Desperate Housewives. I want to be that person in heels. Why is it so hard? Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I think I've managed to get through what I wanted to. Oh, I'm going to quickly mention the sizing. I ended up going for a 36.5, which is a half size, not a 36, or a 39.5. So it's a 6.5, which is half a size bigger than I would normally go. I'm usually like a 5.5, 6, like a 6 typically. So that's maybe one factor to look into, because I did try on the 6 as well, and I just felt there was a little bit more movement in these, and I felt like this, I think the size lower would have hurt even more. So I am pleased I did go for that, because I kind of wanted the smaller ones just because they were smaller, but I am quite pleased I stuck with my gut feel and went for the 6.5. So that's just one quick wee thing to mention. Okay, well, that is me finishing up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a wee thumbs up if you can, and feel free to subscribe if you like this type of content. Do let me know what other videos you would love to see on this channel, and yeah, thank you so much again. Okay, bye!